Hey guys, it's Kat and I'm back today for my April favourites and fails. I think I've got one fail. I don't remember. I think so. Maybe two. I'm not sure. Anyway, this month has gone super quickly, so it took me a long time to figure out what I've been liking and what I haven't been liking. I think also because I did my favourites quite late last month, it just feels like I did it 2 weeks ago. So there are some things that I've been loving this month that have been follow-ons from last month's favourites, so I'll kind of update you on those. And what else? What am I talking about? What's happening? Okay, before I get onto the products, I'll just talk about some random favourites that have been really good this month. Beauty News channel, if you don't know, I also do a channel with Hayley, and that channel was featured on a bunch of like online magazines. So Vogue did an article on us, Cosmo UK did, Teen Vogue, a few others. Like it ended up being really good, and we went from having like 50-something thousand subs to 80,000. So it's been a bit of a go month for Beauty News, which is why I'm kind of like, fuck, what am I doing on my channel? I don't remember. I do have stuff coming up. I just need to find the time to like sit down and do the videos. A few things that people have been requesting. So I want to do a foundation review of a product that I'll be featuring in my fails. So we'll get to that. Also, I've had a few requests to do more of my liquid lipstick wear tests, and I really want to. I just haven't had the time, but I'm planning on doing a couple of, well, one of them at least this week and try to get them out. And then also I've had a few requests to do a tutorial on this kind of eye look because I've been wearing this kind of teal liner and eyeshadow, so I really want to film that this week as well. So if it's not up later this week, it should be up next week. Like, I want to do it. I just had stuff on. Anyway, on to some of my favorites. I'm going to talk about, I don't think I talked about these in my last month. I talked about these in my haul. So pretty much last month or March particularly, I bought so much stuff, and I've only been starting to try them out now. So I'm a bit slow with trying stuff out, but these are awesome. These are both by Soap and Glory. We've got the Sugar Crush Body Scrub, which is amazing. This one is really, it's amazing. So, oh yes. So it smells like lime oil or zesty lime, and it's kind of got a bit of a goopy texture, but it's good because it is really refreshing. It's really scrubby because it's a sugar scrub, but it also is a little bit sticky, so it sticks to the skin without just washing down the drain. So I love that one. I also love this one, which is the Breakfast Scrub, or this. Is it the Smoothie Star or is it the It's got Smoothie Star here, and then it's got Smoothie Star Breakfast Scrub, so whatever. This one is a different consistency, so you can see that it's thicker. It's not as sticky, so it's quite dense, but it's not like, doesn't stick to the skin. But oh my god, it smells like maple syrup and it's amazing. So, or like brown sugar, like these are great. So I've been loving these, especially since the weather's become a lot cooler. So it's a bit more like dry skin, and you just want to feel like you're getting a good scrub in a hot shower, so these are great. The last skincare item that I want to talk about is the La-Roche Posay Effaclar Matte. So this is a mattifying moisturizer. So it's not a primer, it's a moisturizer, and I think it works really well. So I just find that when I apply this, it kind of acts a bit like a primer, like it really preps the skin nicely, but I find that the makeup around my nose and my T-zone doesn't break up as quickly as it usually does. So I really like this. It's a light moisturizer, it's not greasy, so if you've got oily skin, it's really great, and it does help mattify slightly. So that's been probably my favorite skincare product of the month. And if you miss what I'm talking about, if I talk too fast or you don't understand my accent, I'll have products listed in the description box. Hooray. Okay, so this month I have been loving a particular color. I don't know if you'll pick it, but I've been wearing teal on my eyes a lot. So my obsession started with the Zoeva Matte Spectrum palette. Now I will review this because I don't love the palette and there's many cons to it. So I will do a full review, but it did like, I found this shade down here, which is like my perfect teal, and I've been wearing it, so I'm wearing it on the outer corner today. It's sort of like a smoky teal, like a bright smoky, if that makes sense. It is gorgeous, and so what I've been doing, and I've worn this in numerous videos and I've worn it in numerous selfies, I'll put it in the outer corner just with another brown like I'm doing today, and then I'll go in with a teal liner and it just like melds perfectly together. So that's what I'm doing today, and it's all because of that shade there. So I've kind of become like a teal fanatic because of that shade there. So yeah, I will do a review on this palette, but I can tell you that the main reason I reach for it is for that teal. All the other colors are a bit eh. So I don't want to put that in fails yet because there are pros and cons to it, and I really love that teal shade, but the rest of them, like I think overall the palette's a bit of a letdown and it's not as versatile as I would want it to be, but it inspired me with that teal shade, so I love it. And then what I've been reaching for as the gel liner is this one here by Inglot. This one has a crack in it, but it's still nice and moist, so it looks cracked, but it's Inglot for you. But that is in the shade 66, and that is what the liner I'm wearing is. So I love this, and it's had some definite action this month. So I didn't actually use this much previously, but this month I've used it at least maybe 10 times. Like, I love it. It's become my thing. I'm obsessed with it. It works really well with brown eyes. It makes my eyes kind of like pop, and so yeah, I've become obsessed with this and that shadow. And I did mention my Inglot palette in my last favorites, but I went back and bought some new shades, and because I was so obsessed with that teal color, I picked up a bright teal, which I've been using a lot as well. So when I want it a little bit brighter, I'll go in with this one, and this shade is, so that shade is 338. I also picked up this kind of matte kind of olive green. I was sort of inspired by the one in the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette, but I don't love the formula of that, so I picked up this one, which is really nice. For reference as well, one shade that I've had for a while, which I'll just pull out here, this is a shade that I've had for a very long time. It's a shade 605, and that's a dupe for that really gorgeous kind of coppery rose gold in the Jeffree Star palette as well. So if you wanted some of the shades in there but didn't want all of them, you can dupe them at places like Inglot. So yeah, I've been reaching for this palette heaps, added in these colors, added in a couple of purples, and I've sort of been really liking a bronzy eye with a pop of teal, and then sort of blend it out with a bit of purple or a bit of mauve, or a bit of green. It just, I don't know, I've just been loving it this month. So Inglot palette for the win. I've been loving this. I do go through my palette and I've swatched it all. I'll link the video up in the corner, but that's definitely the eyeshadow palette I've been reaching for the most. I also want to give this a bit of love as well, because even though I mentioned this in my last favorites, I've still been wearing it a lot. It's this one here. It's a nail polish by Kester Black. It's in the shade Terrarium. I had a subscriber slash friend, Lani, send it over to me, and I love it. The only reason I'm not wearing it today is because I was wearing it 3 weeks in a row, and I thought, look, you're wearing teal in your eyes, you're wearing teal in your clothes generally, just give it a break for a week. So I'll come back to it. I love it. I'll finish up with some eye products before I get on to my lip favorites. Probably a product that I've rediscovered this month. I used up a primer, an eyeshadow primer in my Project Pan, I think, or did I just use it up? I don't even know. But I started using the Benefit Stay Don't Stray, which I've had for a while, and I might put this in my Project Pan. I actually really like this. So it's designed for eyeshadows and concealers. So you put it on as a base, and it really helps like a concealer or an eyeshadow stick to the skin and stay for longer. I really like that it's got a doe foot applicator. I just kind of put it on and either tap it in with my finger or blend it in with a brush. It's a really nice color, so it matches my skin pretty well, and it's quite nicely pigmented, and I just think it works really nicely. So I will probably attempt to use this up in a Project Pan because I've had it for a little while and I feel like probably should use it up, but I really enjoy it. So Stay Don't Stray by Benefit in light medium, I've been really enjoying, and also because it has that kind of more opaque base, it works really well if you want to put a pop of color like a teal. It really does cling to it, and it really does make it vibrant. So I enjoy that. I just want to give a quick shout out to this face product, which I bought alongside the Matte Spectrum palette by Zoeva. These were released at the same time. This is a Spring Strobe Spectrum palette. I will also be reviewing this when I review the Matte Spectrum palette. This is just a 4-pan highlighting palette, and they all look white, but they've all got a different shift. So we've got blue, we've got yellow, green, and pink, or you can hold it this way: green, blue, pink, yellow. And these are nice because they give you like a colored glow, but they're not too opaque. I find that sometimes if you have something that's too bold, it looks a little bit crazy. So this is more like a wearable version, but they are quite subtle. So I think these would best suit people with quite fair skin because they are quite light. But if you wanted a slight sheen of color without it being too bam, you're wearing heaps of blue on your face, this one's not a bad one. So I will definitely review this one very soon, but I have been enjoying that. I particularly like the yellow and the pink, and the green. I find that the blue is it looks a little bit too dark on my skin. So the blue sort of, I don't know, I don't think blue really works on my skin. I don't know, it's a bit funny, but I tend to mix them. So I sometimes mix the pink with the blue and stuff like that to make my own, and it's not a bad little palette. Okay, now for lip products, and probably the most used lipstick that I've been wearing is by Lime Crime. I mentioned this last month as well, but this is the one that I've been pairing mainly with the teal kind of eye look, because yeah, I just find that if I was wearing teal and then red, it'd be a bit too much color, whereas this is a really, really nice nude. I'm wearing it today. So it's Pom Pom, Lime Crime, the unicorn lipsticks, and the shades Pom Pom. So it's the one that I've been wearing a lot this month. Last month I was wearing some of the deeper shades and the mauvey shades. This month I'm wearing like the peachy one. I think it just works well with the teal, I guess. Then one other thing that I'm going to put as a favorite, I don't wear these often, but I was quite impressed with the formula. It's some of the NYX Cosmic Metals, like they're not liquid lipsticks, they're actually lip glosses, but what I really like about these, they're highly metallic, they're highly pigmented, and they are glosses, so they don't make your lips feel really, really dry. They don't look really kind of creasy and cracked and horrible, and you can kind of like move your lips around and it kind of makes them look all nice and smooth and gorgeous. So even though I don't find the colors super wearable, there's like the most wearable one's probably the gold and the bright pink. I actually did wear this one in the city one day, and I happened to bump into like a girl that I used to study with, and I was like, awkward, but it's gorgeous. The pigmentation really, really great. Like it's gorgeous on the lips, so good, and I really am impressed with the formula. Some people are saying that they find they've swatched them in store and they kind of go, oh, it's tacky, like it's a tacky gloss, and they don't like that. But I think it gets to the point where you have to pick your battles. Like, do you want it to be really pigmented and really comfortable and a little bit sticky, or do you want it to be really uncomfortable and like matte or glossy? Like it's hard to get something that's this pigmented and this bold. You sort of need it to be in quite a sticky base, but it's not uncomfortably sticky, if that makes sense. So I was actually quite impressed with these. I think the one shade I'm missing is the orange, and I'll definitely go pick it up because I want to do a full like lip swatch video on this, because they're kind of cool. And if they brought out reds and like burgundies and stuff, I'll be all over them. But right now they've got weird colors. I don't know why, but they do. Okay, so the main fail that I've got this month is actually also by NYX. These are the Total Control Drop Foundations, and I've got a couple of shades. I was given these at an event launching the Bold Metals, and I will do a foundation review on these. I'm very keen to do it, but I've used them a couple of times and I didn't like them. Firstly, as the shades get deeper, they get more and more yellow. So unless you're a Simpsons character, you probably don't want to have like crazy yellow foundation. But I find this fair one kind of works well with me, and if you mix them together, I can kind of make the color work. But I found that these are really, really thin. For something that's supposed to have really high coverage, they don't. And also I've got oily skin and these looked dry on me, which was crazy. So I'm just mentioning them as like things I didn't like and something that I would not recommend to people, but I will do a like application and wear test kind of to demonstrate why I don't like them. So I'll do that as soon as I can remember. Anyway, so that pretty much sums up the makeup I've been wearing this month. Teal on the eyes, definitely those eyeshadows, and definitely that liner is phenomenal. I love it. And then also just like a nude lip, and that's about it. Oh, I'll mention one other random favorite this month. I actually had the mole in my eyebrow, and this one kind of not removed as in like cut out, but just kind of shaved down, I guess. So I've colored that in. They're scabs at the moment and I've just kind of colored them in, but and I will continue to draw it on because I kind of am used to it, but it's made applying makeup so much easier because I don't have to like work around my mole. It was just fucking annoying. So I did end up getting that removed and I'm happy with the results. They're not fully healed, so we'll see. But so far, really, like, it was just a pain in the ass doing my makeup, and so I don't have to deal with that now. But I will be doing sort of like a vlog style video on it. I didn't vlog the process, but I did vlog beforehand. I vlogged what it looked like afterwards, and I will do a video on that very soon. So if you're interested, that will be coming up as well. Alright guys, hopefully you found that moderately interesting. I've just been teal liner and eyeshadow crazy this month paired with a nude lip, and that's pretty much been it. So yeah, if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget in the comments if you could leave your favorite product of the month. I would love that. I'm always on the lookout for more makeup. I don't know why, because I'm crazy, but I love suggestions. So I'll see you guys in the next video. There's stuff coming up. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.